In this podcast episode, the hosts engage in a discussion with Pearl Davis, a controversial figure known for her anti-feminist views. The conversation covers various topics, including women's rights, marriage, divorce, and the role of women in society. Pearl Davis begins by arguing that men and women are not equal and, therefore, should not have equal rights. She believes that women should not have the right to vote and that society needs women primarily for their role in having children. She expresses her disagreement with the idea that more people should get married, suggesting that fewer people should enter into marriage. She also suggests that women should not use birth control and that anyone not ready to have children should still have them. The host challenges Davis on her views, questioning the fairness of suggesting that women should stay in abusive relationships or work through unhappiness in a marriage. Davis argues that women should try to work through abuse and that happiness should not be the primary focus in a marriage. She believes that divorce should be banned, except in cases of one-sided physical abuse. The conversation then shifts to the role of women in society and the impact of feminism. Davis argues that women tend to ruin industries when they enter them, citing examples such as healthcare and education. She suggests that women should not be in positions of power and that HR departments should be banned. The host raises concerns about the importance of HR departments in protecting employees, particularly in the context of the #MeToo movement. Davis also expresses her views on the importance of fathers in the family unit and the negative consequences of single motherhood. She believes that women should listen to their husbands and prioritize their family over personal happiness. She argues that women should not be focused on their careers but should instead fulfill their duty to their family. The host challenges Davis on her views, questioning the fairness of expecting women to fulfill traditional gender roles without considering their own desires and aspirations. Davis acknowledges that she may not be a perfect wife and that she still has room for improvement in her own understanding of marriage. One of the main topics discussed is the role of women in society and the challenges they face. Davis argues that women are easily influenced and manipulated, which can lead to poor decision-making and negative outcomes in relationships. She suggests that women are more emotionally led and seek attention from high-status males, which can contribute to relationship dissatisfaction and infidelity. Davis also touches on the issue of female promiscuity and its impact on relationships. She claims that women who have had multiple sexual partners before marriage have a lower chance of having a happy marriage. She attributes this to the psychology of choice and the societal pressure on women to engage in casual sex. Davis argues that women are more easily influenced by media and peer pressure, which can lead them to make poor choices in relationships. The discussion then shifts to the topic of divorce and its impact on men. Davis argues that the divorce system is stacked against men, leading to financial and emotional hardships for them. She suggests that women are more likely to leave relationships, especially if they have access to better options. Davis also mentions that men who are successful in business may have a better chance of retaining their partners, as their financial stability can provide security in the relationship. The hosts and Davis also discuss the importance of wealth in relationships and whether men should disclose their income to their partners. Davis suggests that women are attracted to men who have wealth and power, but she also acknowledges that some women may be put off by a partner who earns considerably more than them. The discussion highlights the complexities of financial dynamics in relationships and the potential impact on power dynamics. The conversation then delves into the education system and its impact on gender roles. Davis argues that the education system favors women and discriminates against men. She claims that women are taught to be more subjective and emotional, while men are taught to be more objective and logical. Davis suggests that this can lead to a lack of critical thinking skills and creativity among men, which may hinder their success in business and other areas. Davis supports her argument by pointing out that historically, great writers and thinkers have been predominantly men. She also claims that when too many women are involved in decision-making, things become chaotic and less efficient. She uses the example of sorority houses versus frat houses, suggesting that sorority houses tend to hold grudges and create drama, while frat houses are more focused on getting things done. The conversation then shifts to the topic of divorce and child custody. Davis expresses concern about the bias she perceives in the legal system, where she believes men often struggle to gain access to their children after a divorce. She highlights cases where men are unfairly treated, losing their homes and jobs, and being subjected to false abuse allegations. Davis argues that the laws are skewed in favor of women, and that men are being oppressed and marginalized in the process. The hosts challenge Davis on her views, questioning the fairness and validity of her arguments. They argue that women should have the right to vote and that taking away that right would be a step backward for gender equality. They also point out that Davis's views on divorce and child custody overlook the fact that there are also men who mistreat and neglect their children. The conversation then delves into the influence of consumerism and the role of women in society. Davis suggests that women are more easily swayed by media and politicians, leading to increased consumerism. She argues that women tend to prioritize security over freedom, which can impact their voting decisions. The hosts question whether this is a fair generalization and point out that men can also be influenced by emotions and media. The discussion continues with Davis advocating for a society where men have the primary say in decision-making because they are the ones doing the majority of the work and paying taxes. She believes that men are more benevolent with power and that women tend to oppress men when given the opportunity. The hosts challenge her on this point, arguing that women have made significant contributions to society and should not be denied a voice in decision-making. The conversation then takes a turn towards personal relationships, specifically focusing on Logan Paul's fiancée. Davis expresses her opinion that Paul is making a mistake by being with someone who has had multiple high-profile relationships and has been photographed with other men. She suggests that Paul should choose a woman who is a virgin and embodies traditional values. The hosts question Davis on her views, suggesting that it is unfair to judge someone based on their past relationships and that personal choices should be respected. They also challenge the notion that a woman's value is solely determined by her virginity. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.